What's going on, people? Kryptolytix here, giving you a quick update on the potential trading opportunities that we have arising, playing off the potential rejection of the 200 period moving average and the horizontal on Bitcoin. So on the smooth moving averages quickly on Bitcoin, we have a clear rejection of the 200-day, which, to be honest, we actually haven't even tested since all the way back in March, back in 2022, which was where there was a fight between the bulls and the bears to begin the bear market, or at least confirm it. So, we had a move down here, and then we had several attempts just to climb back above it. And then upon losing it was basically when we confirmed we were indeed in the bear market. So now, the first time since then, we have a retest, and of course you're going to get a rejection off here. Now this rejection was pretty intense. You could say this wick was a higher high, but I wouldn't really call it as such. But what we also have here is we have a clear bearish divergence here. So if this was indeed a higher high, then we actually have a bearish divergence. We'll still have to see, because bearish divergences don't quite confirm until things turn around properly, and nothing's really turned around properly yet. But we still have a potential setup here. Sentiment has turned around just a little bit. We have fear and greed hitting 50 at the moment. At the moment, there's quite a bit of buying to the downside, so there's a lot of passive liquidity. As you can see, a bid and ask ratio between 0 and 1% of price. Seems to be a lot more bids. So it's most likely that the market will gravitate towards that to collect that liquidity. And if it's just a simple correction, then there is a chance we might come down to around this level here, which is about 22,500, recollect all the liquidity, and then try and push up even further, if that's what we can do, to the next horizontal, which is sitting at about 28,500 or so, which lines up to this cluster of price right around here. Another quick thing that's worth mentioning is that the funding rate a couple of days ago was way too bullish. And generally speaking, when you get these big spikes, you do get a turnaround quite often. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at the Kryptolytix lines here. So looking at both PSAR, which is not too bad. So that's about 44%, 36% win rate with a drawdown of about 10%. This is the 15-minute Bitcoin chart. But looking at the KL lines, it seems like things are a little bit better at 47, about 35, with only a 10% drawdown, or 9.8. So I'm currently looking at the potential flip to the downside here on the Kryptolytix lines, and that's just moments away. So I'm looking at a potential short here, at least to cover the massive long exposure that I have. So I've set up an alert for this, and I will be trading this with a relatively tight stop. This one could get stopped out, but keep in mind we also had a 3-bar surge on the daily chart. We had one big candle here, one big candle here, and one here that was actually rejected in the end. And those often result in some price action to the downside. So this is what I'm playing, just a 15-minute Bitcoin short. This one could get stopped out because the overall trend is still up, but seeing as we have another bearish divergence on the CBD, I'm thinking potentially this might play out, and is something I'm willing to take just as a test. Also looks like the market is selling off at the moment. If you want a link to these Kryptolytix lines and the Kryptolytix PSAR strategy, I will leave it in the video description below. And there is a full video just here on the screen that goes into a deep dive into how it all works and the back testing and the methodology behind it. That's all for now. Let's see if this plays out.